So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to your little portable device. Now this can be a tablet. This can be a cell phone. Of course, the tablets are a little bit nicer here because they're bigger. So, but either one of these, and you've got. I actually use ForeFlight here. I've got other students and instructors that use all kinds of different ones. They all do about the same thing. So now we're going to be looking at your portable devices with a specific aviation application. Now, one of the things when you first decide to get one of these portable devices, there's two ways to go. You can connect, as you notice, all this is live information. And I actually get the cell phone service, so I can get all this live information when I'm flying. If you only have Wi-Fi on here, you can only get all this live information while you're connected to Wi-Fi. So that's one of the considerations. Of course, it's like having another cell phone for the data, but having the data on here is handy, so you can get all your live current information here. The other thing is when you have your portable devices, you can go in and you've got all your current airport information right with you. Airport facility directory. Instead of carrying around any paper, you got everything right here as far as your current airport information, services, etc. Here we've got our tablet app, and first off, we can see we've got our clouds here. And like we looked at before, if we play this thing, we can see what it's been doing in the last 50 minutes. And we can see how the clouds are moving. Now, if perhaps we were at one of these airports and we saw these clouds moving in, then we would know that would not be good. And generally, I've found when flying is that I can fly through areas where there's no cloud showing. If there's clouds showing, then generally it's no good. I've used this a number of times to find a path to get through where there were no clouds. Very, very handy. I'll turn that off so it's not distracting. Now the other thing is that notice here we can see I've got this set up here to be able to read the surface wind. Okay, and we can see the surface winds at all the different airports. Now that's live. And of course you can, there's all kinds of different things. You can turn off the sectional, we can look at the street map. It just depends. I like looking at the sectional here. It's nice. We can go in here also, and if we want to get what our temperature visibility at the different airports. See how we can see 10 miles visibility here. We can look at our visibility all around here for all our different airports. Okay. Very handy. We can go in here, we can look at, now this is all live here, we can go in and look at what our ceiling is at the different airports here. Okay. And of course we can also go in and look at our fuel. This is really handy to be able to go in and look at all the different fuel costs. It even codes it for you here. Green, red, and orange for fuel. This way, a lot of times if I'm flying down the coast here, I can see who has fuel and what the costs are. So we've got a number of different weather, and of course also I've got turned on here. I'm going to go in. I turn the surface wind on here. I've also got TFRs turned on. So see how we have a TFR here? We can look out. Do we have any TFRs anywhere around here? No. And we can look around. And we don't see any TFR. We got one TFR. It's actually always there. We got another one down. There's usually a TFR down here in Los Angeles around Disneyland or any sporting events. Of course, the blue shows snow. The green shows rain or clouds. Okay, very handy. Now, we're in maps right now. If we go to airports, okay, and if we just go to Carson City here, we can see Carson here. We got our METAR, gives our METAR here. Now, and then again, of course, our terminal area forecast. This is what's really handy. Now, notice our terminal area, but it does all the decoding here for you. 11 a.m. current. We can see 260 at 9 knots. Scatter shower expires at 6. 6 p.m. VFR again up to 11 p.m. 11 p.m. to 11 p.m. tomorrow, looking much, much better here as far as our terminal area forecast. Okay, and of course we can get our forecast discussion here, our current condition, and again, winds aloft. Now here, we've looked at our winds aloft before. Here we're getting the actual values. At 2 p.m. we can see 6,000, 9,000, 12,000, what our winds aloft are going to be here. 265 degrees at 7. So again, at our 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then at 5 p.m. we can go on here, and depending upon how many days this goes, to 2 a.m. Tomorrow we can see we got our winds tomorrow here, winds aloft. So again, we got our winds aloft right here. And we can go into Tahoe here and we can see how it basically tells you you'd want to land on runway 18 here. 36 would be a tailwind here. So again, and also as far as your procedures, NOTAM services here, port facility directory, it's got all your live information here. This can be a complete weather analysis tool here with our terminal area forecast, with our forecast discussion, of course, talking about that, and as far as our winds aloft, for all our different airports here. And again, if we want to go into our imagery, we can go back to, we've got all kinds, we've got Prague charts, we have got, it just goes on and on here as far as different weather options here for you. Convective outlooks, significant weather, signets, low level, here, on and on. Winds aloft, surface, okay, surface to 12,000, okay. Now, of course, what we looked at before are these charts here. We can see how we got our 6,000, 9,000 current. So we can click on these. Here we'd be getting basically the same information we looked at earlier on the website. Now, one other thing you can do here too, let's go into flights here. There's a flight I had planned. You can go in here and you can plan a flight, and you can go in and you can actually file a flight plan just by clicking the button here. You can see that it gives you all the different information on here, and this comes in really handy for all of your flight planning also. And the flight planning is a different lesson. We'll go into that. But here we've got pretty much an overall view here of our weather options here, and this can almost be used as a standalone weather situation. And if you've got your and if you are hooked into the internet, then of course you can also go in and look at the same website. So there's a whole new range of modern technologies you can use for your weather analysis.